Good morning, everyone. This is your English class, and today we are going to study about story writing. So let's start. So first thing we have to understand what is a story writing. So basically, in story writing, we will understand here what is story writing and how to write a story. Like steps we will understand of story writing. Then we will go through with some examples so that we can come to know how to write a story. Right? So what steps and examples? So let's get started. What is a story? Story is a connected series of events and it can be true or imagined. So dear students, story is a connected series of event, like something happened in the past and we like write that is a story. And this story sometime it can be true and sometime it can be imagined, means it can be false, right? So what happens if you write any story? So by this one thing is improved, that is imagination, because when story is not true we have to imagine the story. By this what happens, our imagination power is improved. Secondly, when we listen in a story, so our focus is improved. You must have remembered that scene when your grandmother or grandfather used to make you listen the short story, and with the great focus you used to listen it. Okay, so our imagination is improved, our focus is improved. Along with this, our English skills are improved, like your writing skill is improved, your spelling skills is improved, your word meaning skills is improved. So many benefit we get from the story writing. Again, understand, connected series of event, पास्ट में कुछ हुआ, कुछ इवेंट हुआ, उसका जो कनेक्टेड सीरीज होती है, यानी कि लगातार जो बातें होती हैं, उनको कहना ही स्टोरी कहलाता है. स्टोरी हो सकता है कि वो सच्ची हो, यानी कि वो सच हो, और ये भी हो सकता है कि वो आपकी इमेजिनेशन हो, कल्पना हो. Right? So it can be true or it can be imagined. By this, what happens? We can improve our focus, we can improve our imagination. Along with this, we can improve our skills of English, like vocab can be improved, spelling can be improved, sentence formation can be improved, right? So many benefits we get from the story writing. Clear? Next point. So dear students, if you want to write the stories, so you need to remember these points. Okay. First point is that you need to find out, you need to identify the main character. Sorry, because entire story is going to revolve around that character. Okay. So main important characters, you need to identify. Suppose you want to write about any rabbit or any horse or any dog or any shopkeeper or any businessman. First of all, you need to identify the character on which you are going to write the story, right? After identifying the character, you need to create some problem in his life. You can see here I have written after the identification, like problem. So if you want to grab the attention of listener or reader, so you should bring problem in your story. Okay, after bringing the problem, you need to bring out the solution of that story. Clear? If you bring the solution, intention will be grabbed. Again, you need to understand your story should be in 200 to 250 words, approximate. In these words, in this word limitation, you have to write your story. Fourth point is that bring a twist in your story. You know what happens usually if we get any problem, so solution we get, so that will not grab the great attention of any listener. But if you bring the twist in the story, definitely you will be able to grab the interest of listener. And in the final, you need to give the solution of that twist also, that's problem also. Ending should be happy. Ending should be happy. Okay. So any story you can imagine that, and these all the steps you will follow in upcoming slides. I will let you know how to create the problem, how to give the solution, how to bring the twist, how to give the final solution, and how to end a story with happiness. Right? Again, I tell you, basically six step we have to follow. First, word limitation should be approximate 200 to 250 words. Firstly, identify the character, then mention the problem, then mention the solution, then mention the twist, then mention the final solution, and ending should be happy. Okay, this all the points, this all the steps we are going to follow. In coming slide, I will tell you with one example how to bring twist, solution, problem, final solution, and identify the character. Okay, let's come on the next slide. Suppose that there is a family. I tell you about a story. In this, I will include problem also, and the final solution also, and a twist also. Okay. Suppose there is a family. They decide that they will go on a trip, or we can say for picnic. So regarding this, I'm going to tell you a story. So listen it carefully and see that how I will put the imagination and problem and twist in this. Okay. So there was a family, they decide that they will go on a picnic. So they had a car. So they decide that they will go there by their car. So they started going by their car, but in the way, what happened? Their car got punctured. So the person of the family came out from the car and decided that okay, let's repair the tire. So as he go in the like dicky side of car and so, like try to take out the tool, then he's like so that he did not have the tool. So now you can see that I have bring the problem. First tire got punctured, then solution like let's change it, then twist I have brought. There is a no tool. Okay, problem on the problem. So that is twist. Clear. So he like so that he had forgot to bring the tools. So he decided let's go to the any mechanic which who can repair the that puncture. So he started finding a mechanic. So mechanic came there. As mechanic came, then he took out the stepney or second tire, means a spare tire. So he saw that that was also damaged. That man did not check the stepney tire or tools. So he said we need to go any workshop where we can get it repaired. So they started finding and they got a car service shop there, and they went there and they got the tire repaired. Then he come back, then he put the tire and the mechanic also helped him. Then after doing this all the things, they went for the picnic. Okay, they went for the picnic spot and they enjoyed the picnic. So dear students, now you must have understood that how to bring the problem. So we start the story from here, then we got the problem here. So tire got punctured, then solution we mentioned in this, like the man will repair the puncture, but twist we have brought in this no tool. After the next twist was that stepney was also damaged. Okay, then solution we gave here, like car service shop and showroom, they went there and then they got it repaired, then they went on their picnic spot. Okay, so in this, dear student, we have to write a story. Imagine the character, put the problem, put the solution, bring the twist, because by the twist we get the intention, we get the intention, and we attract the listeners, right? And in the last, your ending should be happy. In this way we should write our story. Clear? I hope you must have understood it. Okay, next, let's read what's written in our book regarding the story writing. Introduction. Story writing is an art. You can write a good story if you your plot is good. Plot means like theme. Okay, your theme is good, you can write a good story. You can use your imagination to develop the plot with interesting details. Imagination you can add in this. You can create suspense so that the reader is motivated to read on, and your experience, your like expression is good. Okay, so suspense means like when like you put something and a viewer will start thinking what will happen next. That is called suspense, and suspense can be brought by putting in this the twist. If you put the twist, then there will be suspense. Viewer will think that what will happen next, so they will try to listen it more, and you will able to grab their attention. Wait, next point. The art of writing interesting stories can be learned only with the constant practice. If you do practice, then we come to know that how to write a good story. At your level, a story can be written in many ways. So according to our class, according to our level, according to our age, story can be written in three ways, like from given outlines. Sometimes it happens outlines means clues are given there. According to those outlines we have to write the story. Like you are given the outlines of a plot and you are required to build up the story. This should be easy and interesting. You don't have to invent the plot. You have simply to fill in the details in a attractive style. So, dear students, according to your class in story writing, you will get some outlines. According to outlines, you have to fill some words there and you need to make that story quite interesting. Means you can't add the theme from your side. What is written in the outlines, you need to move forward. Second point, story based on a moral. Here, a moral is given. For example, slowly and steady wins the race, or honesty is the best policy. And you are required to illustrate the moral with a story. If you have read Aesop's fables or stories from Panchatantra, they should prove quite useful. So, dear students, second way is that in which any moral is written there. Suppose moral is written there, honesty is the best policy. So, on this moral, you have to write a story according to yourself, according to your imagination. That is second style. First style was outlines are given there. You need to make story with the help of those outlines. Second style is that you have a moral. According to the moral, you need to create a story, right? Let's read the third style. From incomplete hints. Here you are given a couple of opening sentences. In a way, story started for you and you are required to continue it, and certainly needs imagination to continue a story. In third style, what happens? Approximate half part or less than half part is given of the story. Okay, means starting part is given of the story and rest of part you need to fill. You need to imagine, you need to use your imagination, and you have to write the rest of part the story. A few lines are given there just. Okay, so these are the three style of writing a story. First style is that outlines are given there, some sentences are given there. Okay, second style is that moral is given there. According to moral you have to write a story. Third is that starting part of any story is given there, just 4 to 5 lines are given there. Rest of lines you have to write by yourself according to your imagination, according to your experience of creating the story. So right, so these are the three styles of writing a story. Clear? Next, specimen stories developing from outlines. So dear students, in our class we will understand the story according to the outline. Means some outlines will be given there, so according to the outlines we have to write a story. First point is that in this, read the outlines carefully and try to understand the gist of the story. So we need to understand, we need to read the outlines carefully, and we need to understand what is written according to those outlines. What is the basic story we want to convey with those outlines, right? Second point, don't omit any point given in the outlines and also mention the order of the points. Second point, we need to remember what are the points given in the outlines. Those all the points you should mention in your story, right? And second thing you need to remember, you should not break the order of the points. Means as points are written, so in the order of that point, that outlines, you should write your story. Third point, connect every part in such a way that the story is coherent piece of good composition. You need to connect all the parts in this that will look the story. Means even it should be connected with each other like the series of any events. You should not do like first point you are mentioning in the starting and second point you are mentioning in the last. Means proper order you should use. Clear? Fourth point, introduce conversation or dialogue where possible. Try to put the dialogues, try to put the conversation between your story if there is a possible. Second, suggest a suitable proverb, saying, or idiom as the title of the story. When you will write the story, so try to put the title heading, and these title heading, if possible, try to put proverb, saying, or any idiom like muhavre, lokoktiya. Clear? Sixth point, write the story in simple English. So in this we need to understand we should write simple English, not quite difficult words or complicated words or complicated sentence formation. Simple words and short sentences you should use in your story so that viewer can understand story very well and he will uh, grow the interest in your story. Seventh point, write the story in the past tense, because in story what happens, we say what happened in the past. So if you are going to talk about the past, so past tense we should use, right? Next point, these are the main points regarding when we write a story. Okay, so dear students, you can see that some outlines are given there. You have to read these outlines, and according to these outlines you need to develop a story. Like two men, do vyakti, one cheerful, no worries, believed all would be well, the other full of worries, worried about old age, not able to work, no money, may have to beg, might go blind, wants to know what blindness would be like, walks with eyes shut, does not see purse full of gold, companion sports it, picks up, thanks God. So by these outlines, by this broken sentences, we should try to understand what we want to say by these outlines. So then you have to develop a story. Okay, let's read that. The result of worry. This is the title, this is the theme, this is the headline of the story. So let's read this. Two men were walking along a road together. These two men were walking. One of them was cheerful, happy, go lucky, fellow who had no worries. So, in two friends, two men, one was very happy and very careless about the worries about the future. He believed if he worked as well as he could, all would turn out well in the future. And he had the belief that if he does good things in his life, so future will be bright automatically. But the other man always saw the dark side of things. But the second one was always used to think about the negative things of the things. He was worried about what would happen to him in old age when he was not able to work anymore. The second one was used to worry about his future. He used to think that when he would be old, he would not be able to earn the money. What will be his future? He was quite worried about his future. He feared he would be in a need of money and perhaps have to beg for a living. And he thought that he would be in a need of money and he will have to beg for it. He thought like that. He began to fear that he might even go blind in his eyes. And this perception came in his mind that he would be blind in his old age. To try what blindness would be like, he started walking with his eyes shut. So what happened one day? So he thought that I would be blind in future. So he did one practice. He became blind. He means he closed his eyes and started walking. While he was doing this, he missed seeing a purse go full of gold coins laying on the road. When he was going somewhere and his eyes were closed, so he did not see a purse which was full of gold. His companion was walking happily along with no worries, spotted the purse and picked it up. And his companion was also with him. His eyes were opened. He was very happy. He did not have any worries. So he spotted that purse. He picked it up. He thanked God for taking care of his future. Then he thanked the God for taking his future. Right? So, dear students, with the help of these outlines, you should learn the story. You should write the story. Right? Next story. Let's read this. Famine in city. Famine means like भुखमरी होना, अकाल पड़ना, सूखा पड़ना. Scarcity of food. Scarcity means कमी होना, lack of something. Hungry children, kind nobleman, invited children, put loaves of bread in a huge basket, asked children to take a loaf. Each children fought and grappled. Each struggled for a largest loaf. One girl waited aside, took the last and smallest loaf, thanked and the nobleman. At the home, she cut the loaf, found silver pieces, returned to the nobleman's house, pleased with her honesty, reward for patience and courteous behavior. So in this way, outlines will be given and you have to you have to create a story. Let's read this. Please wait. Okay. Sweet is the fruit of patience. Once a city was struck by famine. So there was a city and there was a famine. There was acute scarcity of food, means there is a great need of food. The poor children were hungry. A kind nobleman took pity on them. A nobleman was there and he took pity on them and invited them to his home. That nobleman invited the children to his home. He put loaves of bread in a large basket and asked the children to take a loaf each. So he put some loaves in the large basket and said the children to take these loaves. The children rushed to basket and started fighting with one another, for each one of them wanted to grab the largest loaf. So they started fighting to getting the food, and everyone wanted to get the largest piece of food. After taking their loaves, they started eating greedily and did not even thank the nobleman. And they got their part and they started eating. Even they did not thank that nobleman, that kind man. All this time, a little girl stood patiently on one side. A girl was also there, and he did not do any movement. Means patiently, she was standing there. At last, she took the last small loaf that was left in the basket. So, last piece of loaf she took. She thanked the nobleman for his generosity and went home. And she thanked that kind man for his kindness, for his generosity. Just as she cut the loaf into two to share it with her mother, she was imagined to find pieces of silver in it. So as she cut that loaf to share it with her mother, so she find there are pieces of silver. The girl ran back to the nobleman house to return the silver pieces. The girl that time came back to that nobleman, and she said to him, "Please, these take silver pieces." The nobleman smiled and said it was a reward for her patience and courteous nature. The nobleman said, "I will not take. It's a reward for your patience and for your courteous nature." Okay, so dear student, in this way we have to write our story, right? So you have to write the story. This part I have written as a, like, as we need to write in our book, so I sent it yesterday. I hope you all have done it in your fair notebook. Okay, so dear students, now if you want to ask any question regarding today's class, please come forward.